Hello friends, welcome to SKR classes. Today we'll be going to learn a very special formula that is very useful in the competitive exams and the government competitive exams, like the school competitive exams of the government schools like the Navodaya, Kendra Vidyalaya and etc. government schools. They are very useful in finding a sum of the of all the numbers that are given in a series whose common difference between any between any two numbers who are in continuation is same everywhere. If we will take like the series is given us as 4, 8, 12, 16, like that wise, and if we will subtract the second number from the first number from the second number, then we will be left with a number. And in every case, like if we subtract the second number from the third, and from the third from the fourth, then we will be left with a same number. That is the common difference between any two numbers, or the difference between any two numbers in the continuation is always same. This formula can be applied to form all the numbers in that series till a finite number, and the finite number, the last finite number, is represented by nth. As we discussed in our earlier video, the n stands for the term. So this is a very helpful trick, or you can understand as is a study tip. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe this channel, and also click the bell icon. So let's go begin our channel, begin our video. Hello friends, welcome to SKR classes. Now we will learn about the formula of sum of the numbers till nth term. Now in this formula, uh, first we'll learn the formula. The main thing is this: we have to learn the formula. So the formula is Sn is equal to n by 2a plus n minus 1d. Now we will understand the basic terminologies of the expression contained in this formula. So first we will learn what Sn stands for in this formula. Sn stands for the sum of all the numbers till the nth term in this series. Now we will understand about it in detail. First, n stands for the term. As we have discussed earlier, n is equal to term, or n stands for represents term. The term is a uh, particular number in that series. Likewise, if the series is given 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, then if we consider the second term, then it is 6, third term then it is 8, fourth term then it is 10. Now likewise, n stands for term and n is the term. Now in Sn, the sum of all the numbers till n and including n is called Sn and is represented by n. It stands for sum of all the number till a finite term, and is mainly used as to represent the sum of all the numbers. Now n by 2, as we here learned that n is the term. If we proceed further in this formula, it is the bigger bracket, inside that 2a plus n minus 1d. 2a we have as learned as that the in the earlier video, a is the first number of the series, or the value of the first number in the series. If we are given like 4, 6, 8, 10, then 4 is a. We can write here in this series a is equal to 4. Therefore a is the first number in the given series whose common difference is equal everywhere. we can see that the common difference between 8 and 6, 8 minus 6 is 2, 6 and 4, 6 minus 4 is 2, 10 and 8, 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. Therefore, D all over the AP is equal to 2. Now many places there are minus 2. If we reverse the series, if likewise if the 10 is given first, 8 is given after, 6 is given after that, then the D will be minus 2, because the second number because the first number is subtracted by the second number. Remember that D is found by, like if we have to find between the second and the first number, then A2 minus A1 is equal to 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. We will also see that A3 minus A2 is equal to 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. So it is same all over the expression. And if we proceed further in the formula, n is represented as term, minus 1 is included in the formula, and D is the common difference, as we have seen here. D is the common difference between any two number in that series, and it should be common or same everywhere. So we will proceed to some basic problems and some complex problems based on this formula, to see the application of this formula, and to practice that questions at home to better the concept of this formula. Now we will see a basic question on based on this formula of the application of this formula. So let's see the question further. Find the sum of 13 terms. So we have to see the question properly, and in many questions, if we'll consider 100 questions, 90 questions of the 100 question will not give A, D, and Sn directly in the question. We have to make out from the question that what is that the what n stands for, what A is given in that question. So we have to make out from this question also, and many basic questions also consist of this only. So to make you practice better, I have picked this question first as the basic question in our series. So find the sum of 13 terms. So we can conclude from here that n is equal to 13. Now terms of the series, and the series is given as 8, 12, 16, 20. Now from here we can also make out that A is equal to 8 as the first term of the series, as the value of the first term of the series is 8. Now we will have to find the common difference from the given series. As we will have to make out the common difference from the series, then we have to subtract the first number from the second number, that is 12 minus 8 is equal to 4, and if we will also see 16 minus 12 is equal to 4. Therefore the common difference is 4. Now as we will proceed further in this question, we have seen that the formula is S13 is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d, and the bigger bracket is closed. Now S13 is equal to n by 2. We have to find as we have to find S13. The value of S13 is not given. Therefore, as we know that we have to find the sum till the 13th term. The A is in the series, A is 8, plus we have to find till 13th term, 13 minus subtracted 1 into D is 4. Now if we'll simplify this equation, then we'll get this answer. So I am proceeding further. 13 by 2 bigger bracket open multiplied by 2 into 8 is 16. is 16 plus 12 4 is 48. 13 minus 1 is 12 and multiplied by 4 is 48. Now if we'll proceed for the 13 divided by 2, 16 plus 48. Now we will see this 8 6 64 here. Now as we'll proceed further, 13 into 2 multiplied by 64, 13 by 2 multiplied by 64. Here we can write it is that. Now on further simplifying that equation, we will result the answer as 416, as 13 will get 416. So this resembles that the sum of the numbers in that series till 13th term is 416. Now you can also practice some basic questions by taking the NCERT class 10 book, or if you have a smartphone then you can iOS or Android, then you can use the Play Store or the Apple Store to download the NCERT class 10 book, or many books are available, or the many questions are available on the internet. According to this, you can search on the internet that questions related to AP class 10th. So you will get the more basic questions like this. It was a demonstration question that I made you practice so that your concept is clear. Now we'll proceed to a further question that is a little more standard than this question. We will see a question like this: how many terms are there in series 9, 17, 25? So the series given here is 9, 17, 25 and proceeded further, whose sum is 636. Now we have to find n. As the question suggests, we have to find term. Sn is 636 according to the question, and the series given is 9, 17, 25. So we can make out from the question that the sum of the till that term we have to find till that term the sum of all numbers is 636. Now we have to find n, and according to as per the question suggests, here a is 9. As we can see in that series, 9 is the first number, and the d, if we see 17 minus 9 is equal to 8, and 25 minus 17 is equal to 8. So the common difference between any two number in that AP till a finite number is 8. Now as we proceed further in that question, we will first write the formula of that question. Sn is equal to n by 2 multiplied by 2a plus n minus 1 d, bigger bracket is closed. So Sn is given in that question 636, n by 2, we are not provided with the n, that is the term. First term was 9 and we have to add n minus 1, then also we have not provided with n. D is 8 in that question, so we'll proceed further at that question. 636 is equal to n by 2, 9 multiplied by 2 is 18 plus 8n minus 8. If we solve that, if we open the bracket then and solve that, it results in this. Now n by 2, 18 minus 8 is 10 plus 8n. Now 636 is equal to, now if we'll take common as 2 from both the numbers, we'll be left as with 5 plus 4n. Now we can cut off 2 from here and can proceed further in the question as 5 plus 4n, 5n plus 4n square. Now we can also write this question as 4n square plus 5n minus 636 is equal to 0. Now we have to solve this question with the method of quadratic formula. that is provided in the chapter 10, or I can also simplify this as as I will tell you a simplified version of the quadratic formula to solve this question. We can also solve by that process. So if you are in class 8 or 9 and not studied about the quadratic formula, then we can discuss this further. So I am discussing it further. Now as we will proceed further, we can also see here that we can write 5n as first I will show you a trick how to solve this type of question in which a quadratic term occurs. So we will first see here that we have to first simplify 636. Now we, with the help of prime factorization, we will solve it to 3 1 8. Now as we will proceed further, sorry friend, there was a mistake. First, in that these types of question, we have to multiply the term with the quadratic and the coefficient of the quadratic term and the constant term in themselves. So we will multiply 636 into 4, that will result in 2544, and we have to prime factorize the 2544 number. First we have to see that the coefficient of the quadratic term and the constant term has to be multiplied in these types of questions, and then we have to prime factorize it. So we'll start to prime factorize it. If we will divide by 2, we are left with 1272. If we also divide it by 2, we are left with here with 636. If we'll divide it by 2, then we'll left here with 318. If we again divide it by 2, we are left with 159, and if we divide it by 3, then we are left with 53. Now if we all multiply, now we have to arrange these left terms in that manner that it results in the term without any quadratic or constant, that is the term as that consists the n, that is the term. Now we can write here 53, and if we will multiply here 3 to the 6 to the 12, 12 to the 24 to the 48. Now 53 n minus 48 n is equal to 5n, so we can write here as 53 minus 48 n minus 636 is equal to 0. Now as we proceed further in this question, we will try to write such terms that can be easily made common among themselves with themselves. So we'll write this question further. Now we will take common in this question. Now here we can take 4n as common in these two terms. First we will bracketify this. Now if we see it further, now here we are left with n. If we take out 4n square, 4n from the 4n square, then we are left with n, and if we will proceed further, here we are left with 12, and if we will take out 53 here, n minus 12 we are also left with here. So as you have studied factorization, we can term these two terms and n minus 12 as commons, and in this term we can also write as 4 into 53 multiplied by n minus 12. So from these two, any one of them has to be 0, therefore only the product of them can be 0. So we can write further in this question as either or 4n plus 53 is equal to 0 or n minus 12 is equal to 0. If we will simplify it further, we can write it as 59 minus 53, n is equal to minus 53 by 4, and if we will simplify it further, n is equal to 12, we will have the result. Now we will see here that either it is right or either it is right, because we have to find the term. So the So that we'll see in this only one term can have that both. So we will see here that n is minus 53 by 4, and we understand that a proper, if we consider term 1 2 3 4, that cannot be negative, and it should be an integer, because 1 by 2 is not a term and 3 by 4 is not a term. So minus 53 by 4, it is also negative and not an integer. Therefore this is the right and this is wrong. So we can take here n is equal to 12. So in this question we are provided with the terms. Therefore the sum of the series till the 12th term is 636. Now if you like this video, please subscribe our channel, like our video, and comment on what topic you need the next video. So thank you guys for watching our video. All the best to all of you.